अजीज़ तलबा और तालबात, फ़रूक फाउंडेशन ऑनलाइन स्कूल के ज़रिए यकसा नसाब के मुताबिक तालीम हासिल करें। अगर हमारी वीडियोस पसंद आएँ तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करें और बेल आइकन को लाजमी दबाएं ताकि आइंदा आने वाली तालीमी वीडियोस आप हासिल कर सकें।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम बच्चों, उम्मीद है आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। बच्चों, ऑनलाइन स्कूल से आप मुकम्मल तालीम हासिल करके बोर्ड का इम्तहान बराए जमात नहम और दहम बेहतर तौर पर पास कर सकते हैं। आप अपनी उम्र और तालीम के मुताबिक मज़ीद तालीम हासिल करें। वालिदैन से फ़ोन या कंप्यूटर पर हमारी वीडियोस के ज़रिए तालीम हासिल करने की दरख्वास्त करें। रोज़ाना 1 से 2 घंटे ऑनलाइन पढ़ाई करें और जब आप स्कूल जाएंगे तो आपको मज़ीद किसी मदद की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी। इस तरह पढ़ाई करके अपना वक्त और वालिदैन के अखराजात में बचत कर सकते हैं। ऑनलाइन स्कूल की कोई फ़ीस नहीं है, आप जूम पर भी क्लासेस का फ़ायदा उठा सकेंगे। हर मजमून की मुकम्मल तालीमी वीडियोस मौजूद हैं।
Assalamu alaikum students, this is me Mannor and I will teach you English textbook of grade 5. So let's take a start from unit 1. Okay students, so this is unit number 1, that is patience. So before starting this chapter, first you should know what the title means. So patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, problems or suffering without becoming annoyed or anxious. Means sometimes problems occur in our life, so we should deal every problem, every situation with tolerance, with patience, rather than becoming annoyed, angry or sad on these issues or problems. बच्चों तस्लो बच्चन के पते हुई चे पेशेंस द पख्तो किए जे सबर कवन बर्दाश्त कवन मुआला लाइफ की कला दसे सिचुएशन कला दसे प्रॉब्लम दसे मसले राशि चे आगामु बर्दाश्त को आगामु अगले बने सबर को खुनीम खलक दसे भी चगो दाश है इन्हें न कई सबर बर्दाश्त न कई अहो एकदम अगमन रिएक्शन शो किया जगाड़ा स्टार्ट की या अगले मैंने गुस्सा स्टार्ट किया खफाशी दसे सब आगाशी कना मुता पुकार दे चुमोला लाइफ के दसे कुमो मसले राशि आगा मुसबर सर डील को आगे मैंने मु बर्दाश्त को उदे वाला डेर सेट अजरदा. So students, we will discuss these patience of our holy prophet, peace be upon him, in this chapter. So let's take a start. Okay, before starting the chapter, first we will study this paragraph that is getting started. Here we will get the idea that what we will going to discuss in this chapter. Okay, so let's take start. Azlan, Aisha, Mirab and Ali were group members. They were asked to make a project on the personality traits of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Each was given a particular personality trait to write about. Azlan wants to write on patience. All except Azlan completed their work on time. The group members asked him about his task as they were running out of time. Instead of justifying his delay in writing, Azlan misbehaved with the other group members. He was trying to hide his laziness even though their project was now going to be late. Aisha treated Azlan patiently and shared a book with him to help him finish his part. So students, what we study in this paragraph, that there are 4 group members, that are Azlan, Aisha, Mirab and Ali. They were assigned a task to write about the different personality traits of Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. All start writing on different topics and Azlan was to write on the topic of patience. All students completed their work on time except Azlan because he was very lazy. So he didn't complete his work on time. So other students asking him that how much time you will take in completing your task, but he started misbehaving with them. But there was a girl whose name was Aisha. She treated Azlan patiently and she tolerated the Azlan's that angry behavior and shared a book with him that will help him in finishing his task. बच्चों मुद्दे पैराग्राफ के दाव विलू कना जो मुसरा 4 ग्रुप मेंबर्स थी अजलान आयशा मीरा व अली ठीक दा होते यो टास्क वेयर कुछ तस होली प्रॉफिट वाला पर्सनालिटी बरे के लिए गई अटोलो डिफरेंट टॉपिक चूज करो आगे मने लिखन स्टार्ट करा अजलान चिशी मने लिखलू पेशेंस सबर कन होली प्रॉफिट वाला चिकुम सबर वाला गाओ कना के अगर टॉपिक मने लिखलो नोचे टाइम रालो अटोल पल टाइम मने पल टास्क कंप्लीट करो एक्सेप्ट अजलान विले चार्डी लीजियो नुचे वाला नोट स्टूडेंट्स वो मतलब नोट स्टूडेंट्स वो अंदर ग्रुप वाला अगर अजलान ने पुख्तनो उकड़ा तसो बसोरा टाइम के पल कार कंप्लीट कोई नो अगर अजलान वो सर बदतमीजी स्टार्ट का मिसबिहेवियर विते शो करो कना خدای دې کې یوه عایشه وه چې کومه مسر ګرل وه، هغې د ازلان والا بیهیویر برداشت کړو او د سچویشن داسې ډیل کړو چې هغه څه د یو بک ویر کړو ازلان ته چې کوم به هغه له هیلپ وکړي چې خپل ټاسک زر کمپلیټ کړي. نو موږ د پیراګراف کې چې شي بری کې ویلو صبر، چې څنګه عایشه صبر وکړو، صبر سره ازلان والا بیهیویر برداشت کړو او هغه ته بک ویر کړو چې هیلپ وکړي. نو داسې کې سچویشن هینډل شو. So we will same as Aisha show in this paragraph that how she deal every problem, that situation of Azlan and the behavior of Azlan with patience. So in this chapter we will study the patience of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. So let's start the chapter. Okay, so let's start the chapter patience. Everyone in the world needs some inspiration. We get inspired and make someone our role model or ideal to be followed. In the same way, I have my own role model too, who is none other than Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the only personality who is complete in all aspects. Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was called Sadiq and Al-Amin for his honest nature. He always spoke the truth without considering the consequences. So students, what we study in this paragraph, that the writer wants to say that in our life we are inspired from different people or maybe from a single person. So we start following them because he or she was becoming inspiration for us. So we starting following them. And they become our role model or ideal. So a writer wants to say that in the same way I have my own role model, and that was Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, because he was a personality. He's that type of person who is complete in all aspects. He had all the good qualities that a person can have. So Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, was called with different names, and in this paragraph the two names are mentioned, that is Sadiq and Al-Amin. He was called Sadiq because he was a very truthful person. He always spoke the truth in his lifetime without considering the consequences. Means he didn't care that if he speak truth, then the result will be good, and the result will be good or bad. He didn't care about the consequences, about the results, about the outcomes of his speaking truth, but he always speak truth in his lifetime. So that's why he was called Sadiq. And he was called Al-Amin because of his honest nature. He was a very honest person. So with these two names people called Holy Prophet. بچو مو د پیراګراف کې دا ویلو کنه چې رائټر مو دا یی چې هر چا لایف کې څوک نه څوک انسپایریشن وی. ٹھیک ده، مطلب انسپایریشن د سنس کې کنه مطلب مو لایف کې مو سره د څه خلک ملاو شي چې هغه مو هغه دی ولا پرسنالټي دی وجنه مو ډیر امپریس شو، نو مو خپل رول ماډل جوړ کو، خپل آیډیل جوړ کو، او مو فالوینګ سٹارټ کو، مطلب فالو کو هغه هر یو شی مو فالو کو، ټیک کاپی کو. ٹھیک ده، نو رائټر دا یی کنه چې ما ولم یو رول ماډل ده څوک ده حضرت محمد پیس بی اپون هیم. یی چې داسې پرسنالټي ده، داسې شخصیت ده، داسې انسان ده چې هغه هر طرف نه کمپلیټ ده. هغه کې مطلب هغه کې هر یو ګډ کوالټي وی، هر یو ګډ کوالټي ده چې کوم یو پرسن کې کېدای شي. بیا نه بعد یی چې حضرت محمد ډېر ډیفرنٹ نمو سره کال کوي، خلک کال کوي، خو د پیراګراف کې دوی نمې متخالی دي، صادق او الامین. صادق ته ویلي یی کنه چې هغه به همیشه خپل لایف کې رښتیا ویلو، هغه به کلم دروغ نه ویلو. ٹھیک ده، او هغه به دا نه کتو چې که زه رښتیا وایم د ولا نتایج به غلط وي، که صحیح به وي، د ولا ریزلټ به رانګ وي، رایټ وي، دو شیانو خیال به نه کولو، بس هغه به همیشه رښتیا خبره کوله. که هغه والا چې د بیډ آوټکم بیډ ریزلټ هم وي، هغه ته به والا څه فرق نه پرېوتو. ټیک ده، هغه به همیشه رښتیا خبره کوله. او الامین ورته ویلي چې ایماندار کس و. ټیک ده، هر چیز کې به ایمانداري کوله خپل لایف کې. هر یو خلکو سره هر یو شي سره هغه ایمانداري کوله ټیک ده نو د دې وجنه هغه ته صادق او الامین نامې سره به خلک هغه کول کولو. When he started preaching that there is no God but Allah, every other person turned against him. He didn't get scared of his enemies and always spoke what Allah wanted him to speak. So Allah helped him, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam set an example of patience. He always prayed to Allah to guide people towards the right path and forgive them. So what I study in this paragraph that when Holy Prophet starting preaching that to preach Islam and to spread the divine faith, and he preached that there is no God but Allah, so the other person start against him. The people do not follow him. So he didn't scared of his enemies, of his opponents, but always speak the truth, what Allah ordered him to speak. So Allah also helped him in his this divine work to spread the messages of Islam, and the Holy Prophet set an example of patience for all the people of all ages. He always prayed to Allah to guide people towards the right path and forgive them. Means if person was wrong with him and doing wrong actions with him, but he always spoke the truth and he always prayed to Allah to guide people towards the right path and forgive them. He was kind of personality who always forbid other peoples from wrongdoings and also forgive them and also guide them on towards right path. بچو مو دې کې څه وویلو که نه چې کله هولي پروفیټ پریچنګ تبلیغ سٹارټ کړو چې شي بری کې چې داسې کې یو خدای پاک ته نور ګاډز نشته مطلب چې د هندو پیپل ولا چې کوم د ګاډ جوړ کړي یا نور ریلیجن ولا چې کوم ګاډ جوړ کړي انشته یک یو خدای پاک ته هغه ده الله نو چې کله هغه د پریچنګ سٹارټ کړو اسلام ولا هغه ریلیجن سپریډ کوون سٹارټ کړو نو ټول خلک د ولا خلاف شو ٹھیک ده خدا به کلم نه ډریدو خپل انیمیز نه خپل اپوننټس ته مطلب چې د ولا خلاف کوم خلکو هغه نه با کلم نه ډریدو او چې کوم خدای پاک هغه ته چې ولا حکم ورکړو چې دا خبره به تکای دا میسج به ته پہنچاو کای خلکو دا نو هغه به همیشه هغه رښتیا ویلو که هغه ولا نتیجه کا ډیرم بیډ وی یا هغه سره ډیرم بد کارونه شوي وي هغه رښتیا وینو منی خو هغه به هغه شی نه ډریدو بس هغه به همیشه رښتیا خبره کوله نو خدای پاک به هغه ولا د شي کې ډیر مدد کولو او خدای د چې رسول هولي پروفیټ مو سره کوم دا د مو د پاره یو صبر والا اگزامپل دا چې د څنګه هر یو هغه باندې هر یو سچويشن باندې هر یو ایونت کې د صبر کړی دا او د سره ډیرم خلک میس ګایډ شوی دي یا میس بیهیو ټریټ کړی دا نو د به همیشه خلکو د لپاره دعا کوله چې دا خدای پاک صحیح لارې باندې ګایډ کی او هغه به همیشه او خدای پاک هغه معاف کی کنه نو مطلب همیشه بو هولي پروفیټ خلکو د لپاره دعا کوله کا خلکو به ډیرم هولي پروفیټ سره ناجایز هغه کولو مطلب هغه سره بو بات کارونه کولو یا بو بدتمیزی کوله کوم قسم ولم رونګ ډوینګز به کولو خو هغه به همیشه هغه ته دا ورکولو چې خدای پاک تاسو ته هدایت دی کیو تاسو معاف کیو تاسو صحیح لارې باندې راولي. So the next paragraph in which we will get to know that how he set an example of patience for all the people. Okay, once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam decided to travel to the city of Taif to spread the divine message of Islam, he was accompanied by Hazrat Zaid bin Haritha. Rasulullah stayed in Taif for 10 days. During this period, he invited tribal chiefs to embrace Islam, but they rejected his message and mocked him. One day, a mob pelted him with pebbles, injuring him. Despite his injuries, he prayed for them. Then an angel appeared before Rasulullah and sought his permission to destroy the city of Taif by crushing the mountains surrounding the city. So there was incident of Taif that occurred in Taif when Rasulullah traveled to the city of Taif and spread the divine message of Islam. He was accompanied by Hazrat Zaid bin Haritha. He stay in Taif for 10 days, means he spent 10 days in Taif, and in that period he invited the head or the chiefs of that tribal area to accept, to embrace Islam, but those people start rejecting his messages and start making fun of him. One day, a group of people gathered and throw a small pebbles on Holy Prophet and injure him. Even his boots, his shoes was filled with blood. But despite of his injuries, he prayed for them. For example, if we are on the place of Holy Prophet at that time, we start fighting with those people. But he was a Holy Prophet, such a great personality, who didn't say or I say to other people's something bad or that type, but he's starting praying for them that Allah guide you on right path and forgive them. There is angel who appear before a holy prophet that give me permission that then I will destroy the city of Taif by crushing the mountains surrounding the city. But holy prophet didn't give permission to that angel to destroy the city of Taif or the people of Taif. بچو مو د پیراګراف کې د پیشنس بری کې ویلو کنه چې هغه مو د لپاره رسول الله صلی الله علیه وسلم مو د لپاره څنګه یو پیشنس یو صبر ولا اگزامپل جوړ شوی د ځکه یو انسیډنٹ ایکسپلین کړی دا طائف ولا چې کوم ځکه هولي پروفیټ راغلی او 10 ډیز د لپاره سټے کړی و او کې 10 ډیز د لپاره وو هغه چې د لپاره راغلی چې اسلام سپریډ کی او ډیواین میسیجز سپریډ کی کنه خلکو ته پہنچاو کی اور کې چې هولي پروفیټ هغه چې کوم چیف وو هغه ایریا ولا هغه سټي ولا هغه به انوایټ کړو چې تاسو ایکسپټ کړئ تاسو امبریس کړئ اسلام هغه خلکو به همیشه هولي پروفیټ ولا میسیجز ریجیکټ کولو هغه باندې خندا کوله هغه به مزاق وړو کولو ویل چې څه وشو چې یو ګروپ خلکو له یو ګروپ ګیدر شو کنه هغه د پیبلز چې سمال سټونز چې وی کنکریا ټایپ کانی ټایپ هغه باندې هولي پروفیټ وشتو آی دوره انجرډ کړو چې هغه له بوټس چې هغه کوم شوز دی ام بلډ نه فل شویو او هغه زخمونو باوجود هولي پروفیټ هغه د پاره دعا وکړه چې خدای پاک تاسو ته هدایت درکړي او تاسو معاف کړي فار ایگزامپل کوم هولي پروفیټ په ځای مغزي کې نو مو سره مغه سره جګړه سټارټ کړي یا مو هغه باندې کہانی وشته خدا هولي پروفیټ د سه کایند او د سه ګریټ پرسنالټي وا چې هغه بو کلم نور خلکو د خلکو ولا مطلب نور خلک به کلم نه هغه کولو مطلب هغه لپاره بنا ست لینګویج یوز کولو نه هغه سره به سه میس بیهیو کولو هغه همیشه به خلکو لپاره دعا کوله نو به انجل رالو هولي پروفیټ چې ته ماته پرمیشن راکا ته ماته اجازه راکا چې زه د خلک ډیسټروي کوم د طائف له کوم سټي دا هغه کوم پیپل دی هغه ز ډیسټروي کوم څنګه ډیسټروي کوم چې هغه منه ز پهاړ کرش کوم ټیک ده خو به هولي پروفیټ هغه ولا د شي اجازه ور نکړو چې نه ته به دسه نه کوي Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who comes as a blessing for the whole universe, prayed to Allah and said, O Allah, guide the people of Taif to the right path. Though they have not accepted Islam, I hope that their children will definitely accept the divine faith. So, in this passage, we study that the Holy Prophet start praying to Allah for the people of Taif that O Allah, guide the people of Taif to the right path and forgive them. And I hope that these people are not accepting Islam, but I hope that their children will definitely accept their divine faith. بچو موږ ځکه څه ویلو چې موږ ته پته ده چې هولي پروفیټ یو بلیسنګ ده یو نعمت ده هول یونیورس پورا دنیا د پاره ټیک ده هغه سره به چې کلم خلکو داسې څه مس بیهیو وکړو یا غلط ټریټمنټ به وکړو نو هغه به چې هولي پروفیټ دا هغه به همیشه خلکو ته دعا کوله نو هغه د ځکه دعا خالی ده چې الله ته دعا کوي چې دا پیپل اف طائف چې دی دا گایډ کوي رائټ پات باندې او هغه کېدای شي چې دا خلک اوس اسلام نه ایکسپټ کوي خو ماته امید ده چې د کوم نیکسټ جنریشن دا کوم دوله چلډرنز دی هغه د ډیواین فیث ایکسپټ کوي He always spread the message of love and peace no matter how hard the situation were. He neither lost his patience nor scolded his enemies. The teaching and life of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam are examples of patience for entire mankind to follow. So in this paragraph, the writers say that a holy prophet always spread the divine faith, that is Islam, with love and peace. Means he didn't force anyone to accept Islam, but because of his speech, because of his habits, because of his personality, the people get inspired and they accept the divine faith. And he never lost his patience nor scolded his enemies. Means in his lifetime he deal every problem, every hard situations with patience and never scolded his enemies, never misbehaved with their enemies, never use abusive language or scolded their enemies. So the life, if we read the life and teachings of Holy Prophet, then we can say that he is a great example of patience for entire mankind to follow. Means if we study the whole life of our Holy Prophet and study the situations or the events in which he deal every problem with with patience, then we can see that he is a great example of patience, and it's our responsibility and it's our duty to follow them and also deal every problem, every situation with patience in our life. So it's all about this chapter, that is patience, in which we will study the patience of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. So these are the different words, their meaning and their sentence. Okay, first word is consequence. In Urdu, consequence called nataij. The meaning of consequence is the effect, result, or outcome of something occurring earlier. Meaning, बच्चों तो सबसे बड़ी consequence the Urdu के च नताइज. अगला मतलब दादा कना च ते यो कार वके अगला result से भी अगला outcome से भी अगला effect से भी. Sentence is, as a consequence of his actions, Ali was given a red card by the referee. So here, Ali maybe do some bad actions during play. So the referee gave a red card to Ali. So so due to the red card, we can get the idea that it is the result or the outcome of the Ali that he did something. And so it is the consequence. जैसे कि टेस्ट ऑफ सेंटेंस से पता लगी दिली भी करना consequence शरीर तकारा के अगर अच्छा रिजल्ट होगी नो जैसे कि एग्जांपल दा खाला जाता ना जैसे कि दा पता लगी कि अली किदेशी स्टेडियम के या ड्यूरिंग प्ले अगर जैसे तकार कड़े भी चे रेफरी अगर रेड कार्ड वेर करो नो रेड कार्ड न तो पता वो लगी दा चे अगर अच्छा गलत कार कड़े अगर दा नतीजा दा चे अगर रेड कार्ड वेर करो. नेक्स्ट इज preaching in Urdu tabligh karna, meaning the delivery of a sermon or religious address to a group of people. Sentence, your preaching would not make me change my mind. So, preaching means to deliver something religious or give or address someone or a group of people about religion. बच्चों तो सबसे पहले भी preaching यही करना तबलीग का होता मतलब तो चाहता हाँ खबर का है या तो यो religious message spread का है खल्क तयाइन अगर तेज तबलीग का है उस the sentence के your preaching would not make me change my mind. लेकिन दाइश तो चमा तो तुम्हें खबर का है तो मां तो तुम तबलीग रखा है अगर मां वाला mind नशी change का है मतलब इसे बताना follow कम तो बता खबर ना मना. For example, चिकला Holy Prophet teaching kawalo the मतलब preach kawalo ikana khalqota hay khalu Islam barege no anim khalqu kufar buchu magawala buchu Quraysh kabili wala buchu kumu ahuba Holy Prophet na manalo akwala preaching mane be hana kawalo kana follow kawalo bina no to be dawi chumuta wala tawala chukum preaching da amwala mind nashi change kar matlab muwala chukum pal thoughts the pal beliefs the anashi change kar. Next is accompany. Go somewhere with someone as a companion or escort. The two sisters were to accompany us to London. Accompany matlab dadi kara saathi tasara chok bhi kara. For example, mujitazu musarai dwem kasmi no amola companion da amola no afata a company gana chata sarachitazi. Sentence ke dadaji two sisters were to accompany us to London. Chimu London thu musa dwe sisters mola sati joshwe. Next is embrace. Here the embrace can be considered, or there are two meanings of embrace, that is to hug someone or to accept something. So in the context of Holy Prophet and in the context of this chapter, the patience, we get the idea that here the embrace word means to accept something. So the meaning is an act of accepting something willingly. A Christian girl wants to embrace Islam. Embrace मतलब दावी द्वा मतलब बियो तो हक कवन गले मिलना या जिसे accept कवन हो कमुदा chapter study का उन्हों अहवाला context बिल्कुल change दा ठीक दा अब मुदा sense के खलूज embrace मतलब दादा दर्जी के चे accept काए दर्जी के यही कहना चे Islam accept कवन दर्जी के sentence के दा कहना चे Christian girl wants to embrace Islam चे Christian girl दा award चे Islam accept कवन. Next is pelted, to throw a number of things quickly at someone or something. Two boys pelted him with rotten apples. So the pelted मतलब दा चिशी object सरा या बल्ची सरा तो वाले या object वाले ठीक है. जैसे कि दाई two boys pelted him with rotten apples. चे दो boys यो बल्कस चिसा rotten मतलब खराब apples मतलब जामन सेब वाले. Wagiti ची pelted. Sang the chapter ke Holy Prophet bane jukum type full of people who wish to small stones. Wagati pelted. So these are the some words, meaning and sentences that how we can use these different words or these difficult words in the sentences.
Okay students, so it's all about today's chapter in which we will study the patience of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and then we will use different words that are used in this chapter in different sentences. So in next video we will cover the exercise of this chapter. So it's all about this chapter, and it's enough for today. If any queries, then you can ask in the comment box. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.